When Aaliyah and I were friends in college, I remember sitting in our cafeteria and talking about our childhoods, how we grew up. A big part of that conversation, and the thing that I feel like really deepened our friendship from the very beginning, was hearing about Aaliyah's experiences overseas.
Our family chose to adopt our youngest brother, Miguel.
The girls have already found a home in the nursery.
I think the Lord used that experience to open my eyes to simply the reality and the need of kids without families.
As I heard her experiences, I think the Lord used that to stir something in my heart, to love and care for them.
I don't really know how, but we started talking about foster care, and that seemed like a really tangible way to open our home and our lives to care for kids in our area. Got a text from our case manager saying, hey, there's a 5-day-old baby boy at the hospital. He needs a home.
There's a lot of emotions you feel in the moment when you've been trained, you've been officially licensed, and then that next moment where you actually are asked to welcome a child into your home. It was a lot of feelings even in that moment of, am I really ready? Can I really handle this?
So we walked up the stairs at NCH into the nursery and looked over and saw this tiny little 5-pound bundle of a beautiful baby boy.
We hear from the nurses that at day 5, he was doing phenomenally well. They were so impressed with his health and just how well he was doing, because the first 5 days of Rowan's story were hard and traumatic that most of us won't be able to understand. What we learned pretty quickly was that Rowan needed people to say yes, and people to simply love him and provide him with stability and support and consistency. In all the ways that we love him, what we feel like has happened to us is that the Lord has used Rowan and his story to transform us. After about a year of Rowan being in our home, it was always looking more and more likely that that adoption was going to be the goal for his case.
When it became clear that he couldn't go back to his birth mom, I think that in and of itself is kind of a grief and a mourning that our child can't be with the family that he was born into.
I remember the day when we finally received the news that Rowan was given adoption day in court, and it was on the calendar. It was planned, and for us, what that represented was a real kind of finality that this decision is guaranteed.
And now that Rowan's a permanent part of our family, we get to see his story move forward as he was once in foster care and now has been adopted. He gets to love on and impact the lives of other kids that come into our home. I think through the whole journey of foster care, through Rowan's life, we've seen the transformative power of the gospel. My hope and my prayer is that our family and that covenant would be a body of believers that sees the need and then embraces the call of Deuteronomy 10:18 and James 1:27 to care for and love the fatherless by welcoming them into our homes, by supporting those that do, by partnering alongside foster families and first families. Something that really sticks out to me is this idea that the need is the call. And it reminds me of during the annual meeting when Pastor Trent was sharing what it would look like for us as a church to get down and in the trenches.
We as the church, we as believers are put in the best position to be able to welcome kids into our homes and to simply love them unconditionally. This is what we see Jesus do for us.